What's up, guys? So while I've been on vacation, we've been getting some news from Dragonflight. We're going to take a look at some of the recipes. Of course, this was posted a couple of days ago. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then you'll be even later. If you want to get these right away, then head on over to patreon.com/thelazygoldmaker. You'll get early access to everything. All right, let's take a look here. We're going to look at these recipes. Now, the one thing that's very interesting this time around is that, of course, DOP gear can now be profitable. You can craft out with crafting orders. So we're just going to look at some of these recipes. We're not going to go in depth on every profession, but we'll take a look. So Alchemy, of course, we know a lot already because they went a little bit in depth. We have files, we have cauldrons for potions. Obviously, high quality is going to be important. With cauldrons for potions, I think files are going to be more important, but with everyone being on the same realm, I don't really like Alchemy much for gold making in Dragonflight. It is what it is. This trinket is interesting to me. Reducing your combat potion by 60 seconds, a full minute. That's a pretty significant buff. I think this can be good for early gearing. And the only question is if this like alchemist stone thing means that non-alchemists can't equip it. That we'll have to figure out. But if you can equip this as a non-alchemist, I think this can be potentially pretty good for a couple of classes. Demon Hunters, for instance, with their 4-minute cooldown, or anyone on a 2-minute cooldown, so that their potion always lines up. Now, blacksmithing is also available on the alpha, so we do have the full view. Well, I don't, because I don't have alpha access. Blizzard, if you're watching this, let me in. But what we do know is there will be 2 tiers of crafted gear. And the higher tier gear, obviously both of these come in 5 tiers of quality. Weapons are coming back. Glorious return of weapons. We have craft profession gear as well. And you can specialize in either armor crafting, weapon crafting, or profession gear crafting, and then it's probably like materials as well. I think weapon is most likely going to be the overall play. High item level weapons, the most in-demand item in the game. Crafting gear can also be potentially pretty good to accelerate yourself early on, depending on the effect of crafting gear. But weapons is going to be the big one in my personal opinion. Engineering, there's really not that much interesting. We have some tinkers and some stuff. We're getting a whatever. I didn't look in depth on this. I don't think engineering is going to be super relevant, but who knows? Who knows? Gun shoes, they could sell well. We'll have to see when stuff gets out on the beta. Inscription, Darkmoon decks are coming back. This is interesting. How are Darkmoon decks going to work with crafted quality? These all seem to be item level 393, which means that it's significantly higher than the base item level of the BOE or the epic crafted gear, which is 350, as you see here. So it's possible that Darkmoon decks don't interact with the quality system. Obviously, there's no obvious way to have quality interact with this. Having 5 different versions of each card seems way too complicated. So the only way I could see quality being implemented here is maybe if the finished deck is used in a crafting recipe, or that once you have all 8 cards, you turn them into a deck. That's not a trinket, but that's a reagent that you then use to actually craft the deck. That's the only way I could see this happening. But yeah, Darkmoon decks, anyone who hasn't played a professional launch or expansion launch, Darkmoon decks are giga profitable early on, extremely profitable. You can make millions with this usually. So get ready, prep your inscriptionist, your scribe, and enjoy. The optional reagents, honestly, I don't have an opinion because I can't test out. Without being able to test out stuff, I don't have an opinion on it at all. Jewel crafting, this is juicy. Look at all these gems. I'm going to do a full video on just looking at jewel crafting because as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. The only thing I'll mention today is this line of trinkets, the idol of the dragon idol set of trinkets. These are pretty cool. They can give you a lot of secondary stats. They interact with your gems. The more gems you have, the better they are. So this depends. Is there going to be a lot of sockets? This is blind on pickup, but presumably you can get this through a crafting order. I think these trinkets have the potential to be very good for early gearing and could be could be very strong gold makers as well. But we'll see. We'll talk about the rest here. Obviously, I'm super excited for the return of a huge number of gems. I posted about this on Twitter as well. And there's also some stuff that's not in this post that was discovered later as well. So jewel crafting looking at least fun. We don't know the gold making potential because that's just way too early to tell. And then leatherworking and tailoring, we're going to do those as one pretty much. I'm assuming we're going to get the same, like 2-tier, like starting gear, high-end gear for crafted items. Because that's what we've seen with blacksmithing, and usually it's the same across all professions. And then we have armor kits coming back, but this time as permanent leg enchantments. And these seem to be agility, strength, stamina, armor, meaning that this is the melee physical DPS, and I'm assuming that tailoring is going to be doing the spellcaster healer stuff. And we'll get the same for tailoring. I think they're pretty much going to do the exact same thing. And then, of course, tailoring, you get drums for leatherworking, whatever. They're still nerfed, so they're not going to be that much in demand. You can probably sell them for some profit. Then you have the bags. Reagent bag. This is going to be a hot commodity early on. New bags, 32 and 34. We might see some movement on the 34 slaughters, of course. But mostly here, people are going to be buying the armors. That's what I think is going to be good from tailoring, leatherworking, blacksmithing, or blacksmithing, you have weapons as well. If leatherworking has any weapons, or tailoring has any weapons, then those are also something to look out for. We might also get some jewel crafting weapons. We've had that in the past, and they've been really, really good. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Overall, looking at this, I'm pretty excited. I'm not gonna lie. I hope I can get alpha access so I can actually take a look at this. Because right now I'm just relying on whatever Wowhead chooses to post, which might not be looking for what I'm looking for, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get access soon and we can take a look at this more in depth, but it's looking fun so far. It's looking fun, at least. I'm not sure if what's going to be good, but it's definitely looking fun. So yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.